So it's shaping the future, not just responding to the future. You can do it. It's just making sure that we've got all the pieces together.
Welcome, everyone. My name is Kim Larson. I'm a client success manager here at Luminoso.
Hi, I'm Carol Tobler. I am the Senior Director of Marketing Communications at Shapiro+Raj.
And I'm Ashe. I'm the VP of Marketing at Luminoso. Some of the tactics that used to work really well aren't really working as well anymore. People are becoming a little bit more selective about who it is that they want to follow or trust when it comes to the corporations that they want to buy from.
Trust has to be in any relationship in order for that relationship to continue. And we see that in terms of how we nurture our relationships with our clients. You know, you're going to tell me what your business problems are, and you're going to trust me enough to be able to solve them. And here are the ways that we're going to go about solving them. So that's between us and our clients when our clients are selling to their customers. So there has to be that trust relationship that's happening there. So trust plays a huge part in everything that we do.
I think some people have this kind of pre-boxed deliverable of like, we'll give you the answers, and then it like stops.
So it'll sit on a shelf.
Yeah.
Like you do a report and it sits on a shelf, and that's been the traditional way that market research has been, is that here's my budget, here you're going to give me a report, and then, oh, I have the report, and then it's just going to sit on the shelf. Where here we talk about, we just don't deliver the so what's the now what's. It's now what do you do with it? What's the next step in this? Yeah. It's not just here's your research report with all of the data, but here is some other ways that you can use it. So what are the insights that we're finding, and how do those insights then get you to the next step? And not just the next step for today, but how does it shape the future? So the answers need to not just be for today, but it's how do we take them and use them for today, tomorrow, and then in the future as we go forward. So it's shaping the future, not just responding to the future with the research.
We have had this shift from everything was like a touch point of a human, where it's collaborative and there's brainstorming and there's all this stuff going on and meetings and phone calls. And then we saw a shift where automation and workflows and things can be done like automatically without a touch point. And then there's a disconnect because all of a sudden people aren't talking to each other. If you don't have communication along the whole way, then you're going to have disconnect, and people are going to forget what was said and all this stuff. So what I've been seeing in the industry is, as we shift towards things being automated and AI taking care of a lot of stuff, the touch points of like the human to human interactions have been much fewer, and therefore not only the employer-employee relationship, but the client relationships are becoming a lot more like strained, because if you're not talking to people, then you can't build a relationship. I know that sounds like novel. And now what I'm seeing, hey, how do we implement this safely and in a way that, it doesn't completely disrupt what we're doing? And also keeping communication open when we have things that are automated and stuff being taken care of by AI, right? Making sure that we have that human to human interaction, even though we're utilizing AI and these technologies. While a lot of companies are going full automation and you don't have to talk to people, your company's on autopilot, we see some companies shifting where they're actually hearkening back to, okay, we're using this technology, but now we have the time to build the relationship in a genuine way. And I think that is really key.
And that's where we at Shapiro+Raj talk about TechManity. And it's that tech empowered, human inspired. So tech can get you faster results. It can get you AI. You can put something in ChatGPT right now and you can spit out a press release or a blog or an email or something. But a human actually has to read it before it can actually go out to the client, because it's still in that tech speak. You still have, it's not personalized. So you need to have the human behind it. So tech can take you to the speed, it can take you to deeper insights, but you need to have the human on the other end of it that's actually reading it and understanding it and providing the insights and utilizing the insights to really get you to those deeper insights. Yes, it's speed. Yes, it's Instead of waiting 5 weeks to get something done, you can do it in a week, for example. We had a similar instant, or at the beginning of the pandemic, everybody had to go virtual. It's like, how do you go virtual? Some companies struggled with it. We had been using Zoom to do our focus groups and in-depth interviews. So we were already using that. So for us to go from a fully in-office staff to a fully virtual staff, it was, I don't want to say easy, because that's never easy. I'm sure our IT admin and our COO and CEO, I would say that it wasn't as easy as it appeared to be, but from the outside and for our clients, it seemed very seamless because we were able to navigate that fairly easily. Same thing with utilizing tech like Luminoso. It's like we've been able to pull that into our platforms and use it on, when we're trying to dig deep into the insights and understand what's happening behind the written word or the spoken word. It's getting to that, well, what are the themes that are coming through? What are the things that we're seeing? And other technologies that we've used that actually get you to the empathy behind it, or the tone, like, is it, or the words that are being used, is it sad, is it happy, is it, what are the things that are coming through? You can use all of that stuff, the tech stuff, but you need to have the human that can actually read it and understand it, and then use that to develop the story and tell the story and develop those insights that can be used today, tomorrow, and in the future. So it's like, how do they stand the test of time going forward?
When you use technology, like, technology only goes as far as the information that it's fed. And I think your team has had an exceptional job asking really good, interesting questions that provoke the stories of being told. Do you have any hints, or how do you guys solicit stories?
It starts at the beginning when our clients come to us with their business problems. It really is, while we have our tools and our tech, we've thought of ourselves as methodologically agnostic in terms of, come to me with your business problem. And while we have tools and tech, it's not always the same tools or tech. That it's not a one size fits all kind of thing. It's what is your business problem, and then how do we get to those answers? And we'll be able to use, whether it's a Luminoso or whether it's, we have our own platform, which is Aqua. So it's advanced qualitative analytics. It's, do we use Zoom? Do we go in person? Like, what are we trying to do to get us to that point? Trying to get concepts in front of a large number of respondents. There's other technology out there in the world, whether it's a 1 hour time frame or whether you do it over a full, like a week, but you have respondents come in and you're looking at exposing them to the different 5-10 different concepts. And it's you can do that within a day, you can do that within a week, instead of having to do 1,000 and it's going to take you 2 weeks or 3 weeks to do that. And the results are immediate, because you can look at the back end of the technology. And that's why it's a great platform, is that behind the scenes, you see how things change. As one respondent comes in, as 10 respondents come in, and how all of the different, the concepts change in terms of what's liked, what's not liked, and what are the different themes that are coming across because of that. We were doing a global study where we were putting concepts, same concepts, but there were different iterations in different countries. And it was a qualitative survey. We used our quantitative dashboard to be able to take the results in from the qualitative surveys and build a dashboard, so that if we were doing 10 surveys in the UK and 10 surveys in Germany and 10 surveys in Spain, the dashboard would show that. So as the research was being conducted over the course of, I believe it was 3 weeks, the different countries could see how the concepts played in each of those, in the other countries, and then could make tweaks along the way. So the clients loved it for the fact that I don't have to wait until the end of the week or the end of the 3 weeks to see the data, but it's using a quantitative dashboard for a qualitative research study that they found very useful as they were going through and looking at we had key metrics. Now we couldn't put every piece of information from the qualitative survey on the dashboard, but it really was the 5 key metrics that they're looking at. How likable is it? How relevant is it? Is it going to motivate me to do X? So once they could see those metrics and how they played in the different countries, they were able to make tweaks to the concepts. We could get those concepts out in the next country. And it was an iterative process. So it's taking a quantitative dashboard and using it for a qualitative research study that didn't know you could do. But as we were thinking about it, it's like, you can do it. It's just making sure that we've got all the pieces together. It was really cool to, build the dashboard. And we also did an iterative version of the dashboard. So it's as data was coming in, it's like, well, what can we tweak to make it easier and faster for the different countries to see the results? And what else do we need to add to that dashboard? So again, that was not only were the concepts iterative, but our dashboard was iterative, so that as you go through the process, it made it easier for our clients to see the results as we were going along. And they loved it. They loved the fact that we were able to put that dashboard together for them for all these different countries as we're going through and getting the data from them. It's one of the golden rules that we live by here, is that it's becoming 1% better every day.
Yeah, I love that.
In everything. And to make sure that we are delivering against that wow factor. So our nurturing relationships with our clients is really all about delivering those wows and making sure that they're actually able to take the research and the learnings and go back to their stakeholders and also deliver the wow. So it's delivering a wow for them in order for them to deliver the wow to their own stakeholders.
And I'm really impressed by your team's pushing the envelope on the innovation side of things. Props to your team for that. Do we have any calls to action?
Check out our website at www.Shapiro+Raj.com. Also look us up on LinkedIn and our social media channels, and then I can get you in contact with the right people from there.
Well, thank you everyone for attending, and we will see you in the next video.